to be able to be at this point since he started his career as an actor, knowing he started barely having anything and came from a remote place. In a different place, a girl named So-yeon watched Park Kang receive an award on TV. So-yeon was Kang's ex when he was poor. She just came back from New York to open his art exhibition in Seoul. That night, on Christmas Eve, December 24th, Jo-yoon was about to go home to spend time with his family, but Kang asked him to stay and accompany him to a bar, the same bar where he used to drink a lot before becoming a famous actor. There, they chatted while remembering their past. Jo-yoon and Kang had actually auditioned together for a role back in the day until they entered the final round. Unexpectedly, the fortune goddess was on Kang's side as he managed to win the audition and became a famous actor, while Jo-yoon stopped acting and then became Kang's manager. Jo-yoon remembered that if only Kang didn't pass the audition, he might have had a family, together with So-yeon, and lived happily. Upon hearing that, Kang remembered how he used to dump So-yeon in this bar 10 years ago, so they split up. Kang pursues his acting career while So-yeon goes to New York to deepen his art knowledge. When they left the bar, Kang still wanted Jo-yoon to accompany him to drink at another bar, but because it was Christmas Eve, someone opened the door to his apartment. He thought that a thief had broken into his apartment. He then broke into it and made a ruckus, so the security guards had to secure him. The atmosphere became chaotic because the owner of the apartment thought that Kang was his wife's lover. Kang tried to explain that he is a famous actor even though no one knew him. Shortly after, Kang ended up at the police station. He was angry and confused. The police explained that the apartment was not his, as written in the database. Kang was left in shock to find everything he had lost in just a single night. Kang was even more embarrassed when So-yeon came to pick him up. So-yeon said that she was Kang's wife, but Kang said that she was not his wife. Of course, So-yeon was angry and thought that Kang was asking for a divorce. The police calmed her down and said that Kang seemed a bit confused because he had claimed to be an actor. The two of them then went home. Kang was still wondering if it was true that he married So-yeon. Irritated with his husband asking about their relationship again and again, So-yeon once again gave Kang a slap to wake him up. At that moment, Kang saw a taxi passing by. He then remembered the incident that night. After drinking with Jo-yoon, he took a taxi and talked to the driver, and after that, he ended up there. When he arrived home, So-yeon scolded him again for talking about nonsense. Kang then got to know his daughter, Rohee. He told her that he had lost his memory. He couldn't remember his life with them. At that time, So-yeon said that he was going to go see his friends after his art class, so he told Kang to look after the kids. Of course, Kang didn't want life he didn't choose, and the taxi driver gave it to Kang so that Kang ended up like now. So-yeon clearly thought that what Kang said was nothing but nonsense. When Kang was about to sleep, he didn't feel comfortable sleeping with So-yeon after what happened to him and her in his reality. After sleeping all alone all the time, he now ended up sleeping with the one he used to love. His day with his new family, the family he never thought he would have, finally started. He had to sleep together, eat together, deal with his twin children, and had to be a father figure and a husband at home. Kang didn't have an emotional connection with the twins, and he still couldn't adapt to his new life. It's a repetitive and boring life for him. One night, So-yeon reminded Kang that he had a shooting schedule with who in his other life actually liked each other. Jo-yoon even left his credit cards for them to use to pay for what they eat as much as they wanted. At Kang's house, he was partying with So-yeon and her friends with the food he brought from the restaurant earlier. Even though Kang is an actor who is not well known, he is quite popular among the ladies in the neighborhood. The next day in the morning, their house was visited by Kang's mother, who in this reality was pretty much different from the mother in his reality. His mother was fussy, especially after she found out that Kang had resigned from his current job. After visiting Kang and her grandchildren, Kang then took her to the terminal to go home. She prayed that her son could get a good role like Jo-yoon and gave him some money. She ordered him to treat his family and also buy flowers for his father's grave. Her request was immediately carried out by Kang, but as usual, Kang didn't want to go to his father's grave because it turned out that Kang had bad memories of his father, so he never wanted to come to his father's grave. At another time, Kang went for an audition. His acting was actually decent, but because the auditioner knew that Kang was Jo-yoon's best friend and often hung out with him, they instead told Kang to persuade Jo-yoon to play in his film. He then met Jo-yoon and told him about it. Jo-yoon was surprised to hear that, moreover, the fact with emotions because he hadn't read his script for a long time. In his reality, he was too lazy to memorize the script. Jo-yoon took too much time learning the script, making the extras couldn't stand waiting for him and resigned. In the end, the director decided to offer the role to Kang because he knew that Kang was an actor. Of course, Kang wanted to do it. Kang did a good job. His action on riding the horseback even won praise from the director. Instead, Jo-yoon, the main actor, could only ride a horse with shooting properties. Different from his respective life, this time Kang did his job as an actor with totality and professionalism. Even his family at home was amazed by his performance. Kang also starting to enjoy his life as the head of the family. He loves his work as a manager for Jo-yoon. When Jo-yoon received the Best Actor award, he surprisingly thanked Kang for his support because without he knew that he wouldn't be able to achieve that if it was not because of him. Jo-yoon also said that Kang was a better actor than himself. To celebrate the award, Jo-yoon asked Kang to drink at the bar. He told Kang that there was a role vacancy for the next drama, but the shooting was done overseas for 3 months. Kang refused the offer because he didn't want to leave his family for that long. Kang preferred to find another job instead. At that moment, Jo-yoon finally said that he fell in love with Woo-hee, the tomboyish girl. He invited seeing Kang living with his family. Jo-yoon even willingly swapped his life with Kang. When they finished, we picked Jo-yoon up while Kang chose to leave in a taxi. That night was Christmas Eve, just like a year ago when Kang's life switched. When he entered the taxi, the driver then reminded him that there was only a little time left and Kang would return to his original life. That word suddenly made him remember his past life, but Kang didn't want to go back and wanted to stay. Sadly, he couldn't. He had to return to his reality when the time came. Kang was angry because the driver was going around arranging his life when suddenly the car was stopped. It was at that very moment when Kang found out that the place where the same house in So-yeon's painting was seen. Kang eventually realized that even though it was a dream, it was the happiest moment in his life. 2 years passed and Kang finally married So-yeon. They also had twin children whom they named Ro-hee and Ro-ha, but different from the one he had in his dream, this time he would go through his life with So-yeon from the beginning.